Ja Morant's been a walking highlight reel since his rookie season, and that's why everyone loves tuning in to watch him play. So it's not surprising that almost everyone's all praise for the 23-year-old. Recently, former NBA champ Paul Pierce made a bold claim about Ja, and if you want to know what he said, look no further, because we're going to be telling you exactly that in this video. First up, Paul Pierce weighs in on Morant's play style. After winning the Most Improved Player award last season, Ja went from being a rising star to a borderline superstar. He's going off on teams practically every night, and that's why fans, players, and analysts can't get enough of him. His performance against the Pelicans was no exception, as he dropped 24 points in just the first half, prompting Paul Pierce to post a tweet saying that Morant's the most exciting player to watch in the NBA and that it's not even close. Considering how explosive Morant's play style is, we definitely see why Pierce said what he did. The point guard's easily the most athletic dude in the league right now, and despite only being 6'3", he dunks on anyone and everyone in sight as if he's a 6'7" wing. Plus, he's so quick that he's the living embodiment of now you see me, now you don't. And of course, we can't forget about his insanely acrobatic finishes around the rim. He's an unbelievable player.
Stolen by Morant. Ja. Wham with the reverse!
But surprisingly, a lot of the replies to Paul's tweet weren't agreeing with what he said. There were the usual trolls who just said stupid things to be funny, but there was also a good amount of people who were pointing to many other players as being the most exciting in the NBA. Next up, is he the most exciting player? As pointed out by users in Pierce's reply, the NBA is home to the most electrifying players in the entire world. So it's not really possible to say that one guy is the clear winner when it comes to bringing excitement to the game. You could make a case that so many other players are just as exciting, if not more. For example, many people would say that Steph Curry's the most exciting player because of his ridiculous three-pointers, nifty finishes, and ability to look perfect on the offensive end. After all, he's the guy who can pull up from 40 feet with the game on the line and effortlessly make the shot.
Back to Curry, step back, three-pointer, bang! Steph Curry drills the three!
He's got everyone tuning in to watch him just because we all want to see what circus shot he'll make each game. Heck, just his recent performances against the Kings, Cavs, and Suns are reason enough to think he's more exciting than Morant. Then we have Luka Doncic, who can score 30-plus points, grab lots of boards, and get hella assists. Luka's Magic's made a career for himself by carrying the Mavs on his back night in and night out, and somehow he just keeps outdoing himself. So far, he's played in 13 games this season.
It's Luka against Josh Richardson. Left side of the floor. Luka's three. It's a ring.
And he's leading the league in scoring with a staggering average of 34.4, while grabbing 8.8 rebounds and dishing out 7.8 dimes per game. Especially after his clutch three against the Clippers, there's no way you can say he's less exciting than Ja. Moving on, what are others saying about Morant? Recently, former NBA player Jalen Rose has also had nothing but good things to say about the one-time All-Star. Not only did Rose compare Ja to one of the greatest point guards of all time, Allen Iverson, but he also said that Ja's one of the best players in the league. The 23-year-old's play style's pretty similar to AI's, and Iverson even said that himself. But we're sure Ja's gonna hope to be even better than him and retire with at least one ring. What's more, Kendrick Perkins has also been in awe of Morant's terrific performances, and much like Pierce, he thinks Ja's the most electrifying, exciting player in the league, and added that he's culture for the league. Perk even said that Ja's a fantastic franchise player who's gonna give you a lot of highlights that are gonna have you saying, "God bless America." Though unfortunately, not everyone's been all praise for the point guard. After the Grizzlies lost to the Pelicans, Charles Barkley criticized Ja for not being able to make his teammates better. Sir Charles acknowledged that Morant's been great, but that to make it to the next level, he needs to elevate his entire team. As usual, Ja didn't let the criticism slide and replied to an NBA Central tweet that highlighted Barkley's comments by simply writing knee pads, and we'd rather not tell you what he meant by that. Coming up, can Ja win the MVP this season? Morant's averaging 29.3 points per game in the 13 games he's played so far. Plus, he's putting up 6.8 assists and a career-high 6.2 rebounds. He's led the Grizzlies to a record of 9 wins and 6 losses, which is pretty solid as his team rests at the 6th spot in the West. The season's still young, and we're sure the Grizzlies will climb up the standings, but if they don't, we can't see Ja winning the MVP award. There are so many contenders right now who not only have better stats than the point guard, but have better records than him too. Giannis Antetokounmpo's having another spectacular season, leading the Bucks to the second seed in the East with 11 wins and just 3 losses. What's more, Jason Tatum's having the season of his life, as he's led the Celtics to a record of 12-3, which is the best record in the league. We can't forget about the likes of Jokic either. Plus, if the Warriors can finally win some games, then Curry's gonna launch himself into the MVP conversation as well. All that being said, Ja has to win enough games for Memphis to be the 3rd seed. Otherwise, he's gonna miss out on the award again. Following that, can the Grizzlies win the championship this year? Memphis is easily one of the most talented teams in the league, as they're full of young and talented athletes who have the drive and hunger to win. The Grizzlies made it to the Western Conference semis last season, but we're positive that didn't satisfy Ja and his squad. Like everyone else, they have their eyes on the prize. The only issue is that the team is way too young and inexperienced to win it all this season. And of course, the West is a bloodbath right now, as almost every team has a chance at winning the championship. The Grizzlies might be able to make it to the semis again, but this definitely won't be the year they become champions. Now, let's talk about some of Ja's best highlights this season. Starting off, we have his unbelievable defensive effort against the Rockets. While Ja's primarily known for his offensive skill set, his athleticism is so great that he can do some crazy things on defense as well. When the Grizzlies faced off against Houston on the 21st of October, Morant put up a jaw-dropping 49 points, but he was giving it his all on both ends of the floor. With a little under 3 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the fourth, Memphis was up by 10, and Jalen Green was hoping to get the easy layup to cut the lead to 8. But Ja had other plans. He ran as fast as he could and chased down Green to block the shot, and naturally, no one could believe what they saw. We're used to seeing tall athletes like LeBron and Giannis get chased down blocks, but a 6'3" point guard doing that is just ridiculous. LeBron and the Greek Freak may have mastered the art of the chase down block, but Morant's redefining it. Next up, we have his dunk against the Pelicans. When Ja and his squad were up against New Orleans on the 15th of November, he had one of the best highlights of his season so far. With around 4 minutes and 50 seconds left in the third, Ja drove to the basket and slammed the ball for an easy 2 points to tie the game at 77 apiece. If you haven't seen the play, you're probably wondering what's so special about that.
Morant's got 30. Look at this. Switches in, goes left to right.
Well, allow us to explain. Ja was about to dunk the ball with his right hand, but at the last second, he switched hands to avoid his defender. You heard that right. This guy switched hands mid-air and dunked the ball with his off hand. Sheesh. Finally, we have another play against the Pelicans. With a minute and 39 seconds left in the second quarter, New Orleans was getting ready to inbound the ball, while Ja wasn't even facing toward the passer. Yet at the last second, he turned around, stole the ball off the inbound pass, then did a behind-the-back move before driving to the rim for a tough finish. This was easily one of Morant's greatest plays of all time, because it was simply unreal. But hey, we can't expect anything less from a walking highlight reel like Ja anyway. That's a wrap for this video. Do you guys think Morant's the most exciting player in the league? Let us know in the comments below. As always, remember to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this, and we'll see you at the next one.